Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is a brand new video and I hope you enjoy. Happy Easter everybody, the first one of the decade. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Yes, I am reviewing an episode of the greatest Spider-Man TV show, The Spectacular Spider-Man. Everybody knows about this show and I can't wait to talk about why each episode works so well. One of the reasons the show was so good, it used 5 C's: contemporary, cohesive, coherent, classic, and iconic. The advantage of hindsight allowed the show to be more coherent and cohesive than the original comic continuity, which contained considerable duplication, a false start here and there, and conflicting interpretations. Wiseman studied all of the characters to find their core essence, and the show often combined characters and storylines when necessary for the sake of coherence. Well, anyway, for example, there's Flash Thompson, who was found to be a bully, who deep down is actually an honorable guy, while the Shocker was found to be just an iconic costume with no character, so he was combined with Montana. The first 3 episodes had the college class theme of Biology 101, and this Lizard episode is mostly why. This had been teased since episode 1. Spider-Man is on top of the world at the very start. He has stopped the robbery, gotten pictures to sell to the Bugle, and has made his curfew. But that Parker luck happens, and the photos didn't work out, meaning Aunt May will still be struggling with the bills. Dr. Kirk Connors has been testing himself by injecting himself with lizard DNA, and tonight, this one works, giving him his missing arm back. The next day at the lab, Peter, Gwen, and Eddie are celebrating this great success for the world, but then Martha Connors notices something, that he has growing scales. If you know what a mythos, yes, he does turn into a giant lizard and runs around New York, leaving Peter to run out on everybody and changing to Spider-Man to stop him and save innocents. This is the very best episode of the show so far in chronological viewing. It was a very self-contained episode, leading to the greatest lizard cartoon episode ever, since they can show all of the emotion with the tragedy of a family man uncontrollably becoming a monster. This episode maintains a darker tone, and it works perfectly with having the first appearance of the lizard. The lizard himself is just a monstrous animal. He doesn't talk here, but he is as deadly and dangerous as ever. He almost eats his wife and son later, and breaks Spider-Man's hand. This is also surprisingly an important episode for Eddie Brock. He is a very competitive guy. He actually leaps on the lizard and chases lizard around to the subway and twice plays the hero, like when he tells people to stay calm and run to the exit and using himself as bait against the lizard. When they are all trying to figure out a cure for Kurt Connors, Pete comes up with something that Eddie is quick to shoot down, making a gene cleanser to get rid of non-human DNA, and the voice actor conveys the sense of Eddie looking down on Pete in a way, possibly through jealousy or just because he is older. Everything has meaning in these early episodes. There's a scene at school where Flash Thompson tries to hit Pete with water balloons, but he dodges them all at first, but to keep his identity in check, he has to get hit and laughed at, which I like to show the complex and how it sucks to be a secret superhero, but yet he still has to be to protect his friends and family. One of my most memorable parts from the lizard here is Kurt Connors' son Billy, being afraid that his dad will eat him as he turns into a monster. It's truly heartbreaking and shows how much horror the lizard character can carry. The ending shows that Peter Parker was able to sell his photos of Spidey fighting the lizard to the Bugle, but this gets him fired since he's not trusting anymore. He said he was going to Aunt May's, but really seemingly hid and took pictures for his profit, since this seemed like a good opportunity. The ending scene is very perfect. It's totally Spider-Man. While he's such a unique superhero and character, we see a teenager who wants to help people but finds that he can't do right for doing wrong. The writers are clever enough to show us that Peter is after all a teenager and that he will make mistakes. They are also clever enough to see that Peter will question his decision to be Spider-Man. It works well, and it was nice to see a nod to Uncle Ben and his influence on Peter at the end. The fact that Peter considers to use a gene cleanser on himself shows the struggle he has gone through in the whole episode, and you can tell that this will have a big impact in the future. This episode went from Peter Parker making all the right moves to messing up his life pretty bad. It is a great ride of an episode. A little neat thing I found in the newspaper, it mentions almost all of the villains that will be in the rest of the season in season 1 here. The only ones they don't is Tombstone, Black Cat, and Chameleon, which is crazy since this is just the episode 3 and you only introduced Vulture and Electro before. If the show didn't get cancelled, an animated movie happening between seasons 2 and 3, so the next part of the show, would have been Spider-Man going to Florida over spring break, and Kurt Connors is there in Florida working on a cure for Electro, but becomes a lizard again and has Kraven the Hunter hunting him like an actual animal. Man, why did the show get cancelled for Ultimate Spider-Man? Life was unfair there. Yep, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Don't be surprised if I give almost every episode a perfect score when I review it, but this is one of the better episodes of the show, probably top 10 episodes for me. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Bye guys, and have a great day. Happy Easter!